Thank you. I'm delighted to be here. I'm qualifying, I think. Tomorrow's my 82nd birthday. I don't know if I'm the elder of the tribe here or not. I think we'll compete.
95.
All right.
Right there.
The Army Air. I'm not the elder of the tribe. That's good. Ken Odell, wearing the USS New Jersey cap. I guess, have you all seen his picture of the USS New Jersey, where in the Korean War for 5 years he served our country? I give my World War II Army Air Corps salute to you, Ken. The electricity that's going around this country now in this election, and the chance we have to make a difference. 3 interesting candidates, one Republican already set, 2 Democrats that you have a chance to choose between. There's electricity going in the land, and I hope it will result in public happiness with the election of a president who will recognize what now I think the American people sense, that we're on the wrong track today, at home and in the world, in the war in Iraq and in our action or inaction about our economy. The largest vote in any poll on the old question of 50 years, are we on the right track or wrong track? It's 85% of the American people polled now say we're on the wrong track. So it's when that sort of situation comes, it's the time when things can change, when someone can come who matches the need of the time, the need of taking action on our economy before the recession gets deeper, the need to really take action on Social Security before it gets in jeopardy, and take action that strengthens it, not weakens it, action for the investment and support on a whole range of things, including health care and drug prices for older Americans and for young Americans today, to stop being a dropout nation with a high proportion of kids dropping out of high school, in some places more than 50%. It's a scandal in our country that we're being called a dropout nation while other countries are investing in education and moving forward. In other words, it's a time when we need new action. And I'm here to join a lot of other people who have said that Barack Obama is a chance of a lifetime. Governor Richardson, who ran for president, when he endorsed Obama a few weeks ago, he said he's come to know him well. He believes it's a leader of the lifetime and a chance of a lifetime. Closer to home, Bob Casey. How many of you have encountered your native son of Scranton, Senator Casey? I see. Well, he and I started out as young lawyers together in the 1950s. He came back to Scranton, and later I came to be president of Bryn Mawr College, as you may know, a women's college. They'd had 3 great women presidents, and they decided to try a man for a time. It was a great experience to be a minority of a man in a predominantly women's college. He asked me to be his Secretary of Labor and Industry when he became governor. And I was many times in Scranton helping to start the job center, job training programs. I feel almost like a hometown here. And the Casey family is heart and soul behind Bob Casey. That is the truest thing I've said so far, that the Casey family is a family that sticks together, fights together, serves together. And Bob Casey is saying that he believes in Barack Obama as a candidate more than any candidate in his life. And then he pauses and said, except my father. And for me, it's kind of full circle to be on the team of Bob Casey now for Barack Obama, because Governor Casey appointed me to the Senate when John Hines died in a tragic air accident near my home in Montgomery County. And I had 6 months in a special election to go to the people of Pennsylvania and try to hold that seat. I was the first Democrat to win an election to the Senate when I won in 29 years. I started 44 points behind in the polls, and by election day, I beat former Governor Thornburgh and then the Attorney General of President Bush's Attorney General. I beat him by 10 points. And the central issue I raised in that campaign was, it's time to get health care for everyone. If you're charged with a crime, you have a right to a lawyer in this country. Isn't it even more fundamental if you're sick to have a right to a doctor and a right to medicine that's affordable and health care at all times in your life, not losing if you lose a job? And I carried that banner into the Senate. And Hillary Clinton, the First Lady, was entrusted by the President with an extraordinary responsibility to shape the health care bill and get it through. I worked with her night and day in the Senate. So did Ted Kennedy. So did Chris Dodd. So did others who are supporting Obama now. It's not that we respect Hillary less. I respect her a lot. I like her a lot. But a rerun of that effort, I think, sadly, most of us have concluded she carries a lot of weight against her. It was a failed effort. She lost one Democrat after another, beginning with the most important Democrat in the Senate, Pat Moynihan, a great senator from New York, who, by the way, got out of a 102 fever sickbed to campaign for me in the election when Rick Santorum beat me. Pat Moynihan was the key person in the Senate to enable a bill to get through, and he felt that First Lady Clinton did not listen to him, did not try to work out a joint bill around a table, did not know how to bring people together, though she's a fighter and she's a great person. And if she loses this nomination, I think she will show that she's a good loser and will support the ticket and will go to the Senate, if she's not in any higher office, and become a great senator, the way Ted Kennedy did when he lost his race to be president. He went back and became one of the greatest senators and most effective senators. Bill Clinton has been one of the greatest ex-presidents, whatever you think of his presidency, and I supported him. He's been doing wonderful things in the world and at home. And, we can hope that he will return to that once this campaign is over. After the nomination, I think every Democrat is going to be supporting this ticket. And I think because people think we're on the wrong track, we have a very, very good fighting chance to see that on Inauguration Day, a Democrat is inaugurated President of the United States. I think I'll ask for your comments. And for what it is worth, as somebody who had the extraordinary luck to have early supported John Kennedy, campaigned for him as head of one of the key sections of his 1960 campaign, served in the White House as his special assistant, then went over to the Peace Corps as head of the Peace Corps in Africa. I was there when President Kennedy was killed. And I first campaigned in Scranton for Robert Kennedy in 1968. And I have not felt the way I'm reporting right now I feel about any candidate until Barack Obama came along. And let me say that in 1968, I felt we badly needed someone who would take us out of Vietnam and resume the war against poverty and fulfill the dream of Martin Luther King. And we lost that opportunity. When I heard Barack Obama at the Democratic Convention, I arrived in Boston back from a trip around the world with a 14-year-old grandson. I'd seen how our standing in the world, the goodwill toward America, had been drained in these years since we went into Iraq, and other things, a go-it-alone approach in foreign policy, to a drastically low level. And I heard Barack Obama, and I said to him when I first met him afterwards, For a long time, I've waited for someone I thought we needed as badly as I thought we needed Robert Kennedy in '68, and I think you're the one. Don't wait too long. He hasn't waited too long. He's 4 years older than John Kennedy was when he ran for president. He's had extraordinary human experience. He was a senator, state senator for 8 years in Illinois, and earned a reputation for being able to bring people together. And I think he has picked up the torch that John and Robert Kennedy lit.